Welcome to Buy Tennessee Dirt training videos. If you're new to the team, welcome. If you've been with us for a while, welcome back. So today we're going to go over the purchase and sale agreement. So we've got right off the bat, you're going to have your clients' names. So make sure that those are filled in correctly and are the correct spelling of the names as stated on their driver's license or on their loan application. All right, and then you're going to put down the seller's information. All of that you should be able to find all that in RealTrax of the previous owner's information and also on the documents that the listing agent hopefully has listed for you. Okay, just make sure and verify the address is correct. And then your deed information, you'll be able to find that as well on the records tab in your RealTrax. So make sure all that information is in there, as well as the parcel number. Right here, we're going to put NA as described as, further described as. This is typically how it goes back to, when somebody came out and did a survey of the property and then they say, hey, you walk 10 paces this way and go to the stone in the ground and then walk 30 paces to, towards northwest or whatever. So don't worry about that. Don't have to put anything in there. And then if you come on down here, it says garage door openers. That's going to be, remaining with the home. If it applies, then put 1 or 2. And you'll always find that as well on the property condition disclosure if it was filled out correctly from the sellers. And then we'll go down here of items to remain. Every property is different. For the most part, we'd like to keep all kitchen appliances. If there is actual kitchen appliances there, if there's particular furniture like the dining room table or, there's a tough shed in the back, you'll put that in here. And then the items that shall not remain, of course, you're always going to put all personal items. And if there's just something else that, hey, there's trash that needs to be picked up or something like that, you can always put that there as well. Then you'll go ahead and put, if you know that there's any leased items, so you'll find, like they've got in here a security system, water softener, some sort of fuel or propane tank, you'll go ahead and put that information there. In this case, we're putting NA, as well as here, NA. And then you're going to put down your price that you are going to be offering. So you're going to put it in the numbers form and then physically write it out, $389,900. All right, this section here is loan or financial contingency, how your loan is. How are they obtaining it? Is it an FHO? If it's a FH loan or a VA loan or conventional, this will obviously alter. When it comes to an FHA loan or a VA loan, typically it's 100% of it is actual loan. Conventional is 80%. So it just depends on their loan and how it's structured. And then, of course, if they're paying cash, you're going to select other and put cash here. You scroll down to financial contingency waived. This one here, try not to, unless, you're dealing with some guy that's got some buku bucks and he's, I got money right here. I got green bills. Don't ever select this one. This is basically waiving the right to, getting financing together. Even with a cash deal, there's always a chance that it could fall through, that they can't get their cash out. So don't ever, if you can help it, don't ever select this and put NA. All right. So when it comes to appraisals, so if it's a cash deal, they don't have to get an appraisal. The only time that it is required to get an appraisal is with a VA or an FHA loan. So this one is going to be contingent. This agreement is going to be contingent on that appraisal. But when it comes to conventional loans or I believe USDA cash, you can have that discussion with your clients whether or not they want to have an appraisal. All right, and let's go on down. We've got into closing expenses, things that the seller are going to pay for, buyers pay for, and then we've got title expenses. This is where also you're going to have that discussion with your buyers to see financially where they're at. Right now, I think it's fairly common to ask for sellers to pay into closing costs and pay for title expenses. So right here with the title expenses, this is how we've been writing it out, is to seller to pay title expenses as stated on line 142. You'll see that right here, 142. And then in this box down here, this is all the other expenses that we're asking for. So verbiage here, if you can try to get it as accurate to this, that seems to be working fairly well. So we have seller concessions up to but not exceed 13,000 to be used, but not limited to buyer closing costs, title expenses, rate buy downs, agent commissions, and home warranty. So this gives this 13,000 here gives a chance for everything to be paid for, so that the buyers aren't having to come out of out of pocket except for maybe their down payment or something like that, and their inspections and everything. So that's this number here. You'll have to work it out with the loan officer. Okay. And then at least for us, we're only using Bell and Alexander Title Services. So go ahead and make sure you put that information there. And do let your listing agents know that, Bell and Alexander, they've got several offices, but they'll go remotely. They'll come to our office and physically sign, or they can do a mobile notary as well. And then, of course, you've got the closing agency for seller. This you'll have to find out from the listing agent if the seller would like to use a different title company. If not, if they're fine using Bell and Alexander, then just go ahead and copy and paste and put that in there. All right, earnest money is held at Bell and Alexander Title Services. I believe it's actually 3 days, not 5 days, that your clients have to turn in their earnest money. And everything is done through, if we can help it, through ernst.com. It's a simple link. Everything's scripted, or yes, it's encrypted, and it doesn't have, their information can't be leaked out or anything like that. So, but I always do ACH for that Ernst or personal check. They can drop off a personal check to one of the Bell and Alexander offices. And then make sure, of course, you put in the amount, which it's totally up to what your client wants to put down and has the ability to put down. All right, down here we have the close date. This one in particular is out a little bit further than normally. Normally we do 30 days depending on how the home is being purchased. So if it's a VA or an FHA loan, typically we need about 30 days to get everything, everyone's ducks in a row, get our inspections done, get the appraisal done. Cash deals obviously can probably be a little bit sooner, but you just kind of have to see where they're at with the loan process, or if it's cash deals, see where they're at with getting their money and pulling it out of whatever account they're pulling it out of. But for this one, we're pushing it a little bit further because this is going to be a home contingency. Our clients have to sell their home and have to get their house under contract before they can buy this home. So we've pushed it a little bit further just to give us enough time to list their house and get their house under contract. All right, in possession, you are always going to select at closing as evident by delivery of warranty deed and payment of purchase price. So that basically means that as soon as everyone's money has exchanged hands, everyone's happy, and everything's cleared with the home and everything. That's just how it goes. Unless for some reason you have a temporary occupancy agreement, which it varies depending on the situation. Greenbelt, same thing. It depends on the home itself. You'll just have to do a little bit more research to see if the home is under Greenbelt, and then you will select these buttons accordingly. Okay, special assessments, NA. All right, and then down here, deed, the name that it has to be, that it's going to appear on the deed itself, the names on it. So if it's obviously going to be both the husband and wife, put it there. If it's just going to be under the husband's name or the wife's name, just make sure that it is in there accurately. And then of course, you're going to have the lead-based paint disclosure. If it does apply, then you'll have to fill out, or hopefully the listing agent has a disclosure form already filled out, but you'll go ahead and select yes or no on this one if it applies or if it doesn't apply. Then you have your buyer's inspection and resolution period. Depending on the situation, you could do 7 days. We typically do 10 just to give us a little bit more breathing room to be able to schedule the inspections, pest inspections, home inspections, and everything, and be able to get those reports back in a timely manner so that we can read it over and make sure that we can, if we need to come up with any repairs that need to be done, it gives us that opportunity. And then we put down a 3-day resolution period. This gives the chance to get the 3 days to be able to get the repair amendment and, hey, this is what we're going to do and these are the repairs we're going to make, and they sign off on it. All right, and then final inspection. Typically we do 3 days. We could do new constructions. I think you have only 2 days prior to closing that you can do a final walkthrough. But we just do 3 days to just kind of give us a little bit of a cushion, just in case if we come into the house and something's missing, or handrail wasn't installed or something like that. It gives us enough time to get that rectified and get that fixed. Okay, and then we've got home protection plans. This is, another thing that you're going to have a conversation with your clients. If it's a newer home, a lot of the times they have a builder's warranty on it. So that would, you wouldn't be able to apply that. But if it's a little bit older, and you say, hey, this home warranty is, it's going to cover, your refrigerator going out or something like that. So that's just something that they can, you can discuss with them. Right now, I think the prices right now are about $500 for a 1-year home warranty. So that's, like I said, it's up to your client whether or not they want to ask for the seller to pay for that, or if they want to just pay for it themselves, then you'll select home protection plan waived. Okay, I'll make them down to the bottom here. No exhibits or addendas, so put NA. And then you're going to put in the special stipulations so that it's just reiterating what we've already put in there. So we put in earlier asking the seller's concessions for the $13,000, and then because the fact this purchase of this home is going to be contingent on the successful sale of our client's address that they currently live in, this is where you're going to put it: purchase contingent on the successful sale of 737 Sears Roebuck Road in Tullahoma. So you're going to make sure you put that there as well. You also put in there if it's a pass-fail inspection or anything else that you guys feel deemed that need to go there. Okay, so then time limit on offer, just put typically 24 hours is normal, but if you want to put a little extra pressure on them, you're more than welcome to. Just make sure that you're putting all the correct dates and times in there. And then at the very bottom, very last page, make sure all of the listing information is in there correct, of the listing company, who is the licensee, and then all their contact information, as well as your information. And then, of course, if it's part of an HOA, you'll be putting that information in here as well. And as always, if you have any questions, please let us know.